Hey, and welcome back to another episode of the Writer's Mind podcast. And today we are going to be talking about opinions. Now, we all have opinions. I guess it's safe to say that some opinions are truthful, some are lies, some are good, some are bad, some are judgmental. But we all have an opinion. That is something that we all should agree on. Sometimes it's like some of us want everything done our way. We think that the opinions we give and the way we say to go about things is the way that someone else should live their life or go about doing it. But there are so many ways to get to a point or to get different things done. And what works for one person or one home, one family may not work for the next. It's just a matter of trying different things and see what works best for you, your family, and your home. Now, it is okay to give our opinions because we could be helping someone. You just never know. One thing about opinions that I don't like though, let's say you go get your hair braided, or let's say you go buy something new for yourself. Now, somebody is going to ask you, where you go get your hair done at? Where you get that purse from? Girl, how much you pay for it? And as soon as you tell them what they're going to do, give you their opinion, they're going to say something like, girl, you could have went over yonder. You could have went across here. Girl, you should have paid this so much. Girl, you know that's too much for that. I hate when people do that. The truth is, when each of us buy something, we already know what the price is. We already know if we can afford it, or we already know that we can't afford it, but we're going to buy it anyhow and miss out on buying something else, right? So quit telling people what they should have done. Let people buy what they want to buy. Let people spend what they want to spend. You spend yours, let them spend theirs. And don't tell no one that, girl, you should have or you should not have done something. That's up to them, how they want to spend their money and what product they want to buy. No matter what, no matter if they can afford it or not, it's still up to them how they want to purchase it or where they want to purchase it from. Comment below and tell me a time when someone gave you their opinion and you didn't want it, or it wasn't the best opinion. I remember one time when I was going through some stuff, someone gave me their opinion, and you know what they told me? That I ought to go fight someone. I ought to go do something low down to another person. I didn't want to do that. I know that person was causing me a little hurt in my life, but the goal, try not to hurt them or to do something low down and wrong, that wasn't part of what I was thinking. And I will tell you this, the person who told me to do this to the person wasn't a person that was into church or into God, and I was. I knew I couldn't go do the same thing to them that they done to me. Not saying that I haven't never done anything to someone just because they've done it to me. But you know what? I know better now. And still not saying that I'm perfect, because I understand that sometime in life, different situation calls for you to act differently, whether right or wrong. But I try my best to make the right decisions. Just be mindful about the opinions you give to others in their situations. Be careful about the opinions you listen to when you're going through things. I would suggest when you do go through something that you have that relationship with God and you pray to Him and you let Him lead you. If you don't hear God's voice or you don't have a personal relationship with God, I suggest that you make the best choices there is. Because you don't want to do something or listen to an opinion that can get you in trouble or cause you more trouble on top of the trouble you already got going on. Just to encourage you, I would just like to say that, you know what, in life, there are always different circumstances. There's always different situations that each of us go through. Some of us, go through it before the next person, and we're able to give them our opinion on how we handle it, how we made it through it, how we overcame. But that still doesn't mean that that is what's best for them or that is the way that they should handle their situation. Let me ask y'all something. Do y'all think that if someone haven't been through a certain thing, they can't give an opinion on it. Or if someone isn't doing their part in something, that they don't have a right to give their opinion. Let me give you an example. Let's say voting. Let's use that. That's a good example. Let's say someone doesn't vote. Do you, in your opinion, do you think they should or shouldn't have an opinion about something? Let's say a couple of us are going on a trip and everyone's supposed to give, a certain amount for gas and someone doesn't. Do you think that person have a right to give their opinion about where you should go eat or where you should go shop? Because one thing about people is everybody got an opinion. Everybody want to have a say. Everybody want to say that their way is best. Everybody want to say that someone else's way isn't right. I remember when I started trying to do videos and post on these social media sites, I was thinking just start from somewhere. Start with what you got. Start with the knowledge that you know. And I came across a page where there were professional people said they had been working in the industry for X amount of years, but they were saying just start was the wrong thing. You should never just start because you don't know. And my opinion of that was, don't tell nobody not to just start. Now, I understand when you just started, you may not know everything, but is there ever a time when you do know everything? I understand when you just start, you're lacking some stuff. But in my opinion, if you just start, because your start to me is a place where you're stepping out, where you're coming out comfort zone, where you're making a difference, where you're setting goals or trying to make a plan, where you're taking some kind of action, right? And I was like, just start. Because then if you just start and you mess up a couple times, you'll get better or you'll learn. When you just start, you may be low. You may be at the bottom. You may be at your beginning. However you look at it. But you're starting from somewhere. And then as you progress, you learn a little bit more. You do a little bit more. You may incorporate more into your video or more into your content. You gotta just start, in my opinion. And I guess that is another case of opinions. And then depending on who you are, then you choose whether to just start or not. Because some people think you gotta know everything, you gotta have everything together before you start. But I am one to believe, it is my opinion to say, just start with what you got. Because I believe that if you just start with what you got, with the information and the knowledge that you do know, you can make your first something. You can make your first step. And then, while you're doing that, before the next time, you can go read books, you can go watch videos, you can go look at whatever you have done and see, where you need to improve. So by the time you make the next something or do the next something, you know a little bit more. Because in my opinion, when you start, you don't start to be, you start to become. I hope that makes sense. And let me explain it. Say I want to be a motivational speaker or influencer on my social media site. When I first start, I am not that. I got to learn. I got to grow. I got to do the work. I got to go through the process. I got to stand in the test, because when you begin something, you're going to be tested. You're going to be tested. And so you have to go through all these things and probably more before you become. And you know what? And I truly believe that you have to go through the whole process so that you can gain strength and knowledge, courage, or whatever it is that you need to get accomplished that thing that you're trying to be. And let me just encourage you to always give the best opinion. Make sure it's something that you would do yourself. And if you are unsure about what to tell someone, because maybe you are one of those that feel like you haven't been through it, so you don't have an opinion to give, then don't give it. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with that person. And just say that you're not the one to give an opinion on that matter. And always have an opinion for yourself when it comes to you and your matters. If someone else is trying to tell you how to do something, but you feel like the way you want to do it is what best, then by all means, do not take their opinion. Do it your way. Even if you find out that doing it your way or your opinion wasn't right, you can always make the changes that is needed. Because your opinion matters. Your opinion is really the only opinion that matters when it comes to you. If you one of those that believe in God and you are asking him for something and you feel like he done gave you the answer to it and it's not the way that you think or had it planned out, then by all means, you better go with what God says over your opinion and over anyone else's opinion. And do not let anyone else's opinion stop you, hinder you, beat you up, run in your head where you can't eat, where you can't sleep, where you can't think, where you can't move forward. No one opinion should matter that much. And just to give something learned or some point of improvement, I think I've learned my opinion. I think I've learned that others will always have a say and always, think their way is best. But I think I value what I believe. My opinion matters, and it is the most important. And I think I've improved so much as far as not worried about what other people's opinion of me is. I mean, surely I don't want anyone to have a bad opinion about me or lying statements about me. But I do know that in life, those things happen. And so I've learned to always have an opinion of myself. So we are going to end it here. And remember, we are always improving and never perfect.